Falcon fans, Dirty Fanatics United is back checking in with you. Day one of training camp is officially over with, and we're here to cover it.
Let's get it.
You're watching Dirty Fanatics United, a Falcon podcast.
Falcon fans, it's your boy Chase, your host. I'm here with my boy Philip, your co-host. Philip, how you doing, brother? What's going on?
Doing great, man. You feel me? Just having a great day. Just looking at all the feed on Twitter and every other social media about the day.
Yes, sir. Football is back.
Everything looking good.
Twitter world is going crazy with Falcon content and something I desperately been waiting for. Philip, we're like 2 days away from heading to the A to watch some Falcon training camp. So, I mean, how are you feeling about that?
I'm excited, bro. I can't wait. I'm just ready to see what's going on with everybody. I'm just hyped to see certain players out there. Well, pretty much the whole team. Really want to see people that I don't know yet.
Yeah, meet new people, chat it up, get new subscribers, spread the platform out to more people, more Falcon fans that we haven't met. So, yeah, definitely a lot to come for training camp and for Dirty Fanatics United. Real quick, going to give them a rundown on what we'll be chatting about so you can decide how long you want to sit here and listen to us chat about some Falcons. Real quick, we're going to go through some position battles. Arthur Smith addresses the media. A really good interview. If you haven't watched it, Philip, have you seen it?
I have.
We're going to do some Falcon news, obvious news, stuff that's already been broke, but we haven't spoke to you about. The recipe for success for Ritter, and who is your favorite training camp person to see? Like, who are you most excited to go watch? So we got a lot to cover here today, and we'll also be doing a little trivia tonight. So no show Friday, so we're bringing the trivia to you tonight. So a lot to talk about. Philip, let's jump right into it, dog. Position battles right off the rip.
Let's get it.
Arthur Smith says Hennessy will start at left guard until proven otherwise by Bergeron. Your thoughts on that, Philip? And just break it down for me.
Hey, I totally get that. I mean, he is the veteran, and he has proved himself last year. So I don't see why not until something does happen, say an injury, or he just, Bergeron just takes it. You know what I mean? Just see what happens. I'm kind of excited either way. I trust either one of them, honestly. So I'm kind of just hyped to see what happens,
Facts. I'm feeling you, bro. I feel exactly what you're saying. Hennessy is that starter, and he was also a player that played center for 14 games. 14 games, I believe it was. Just the year before Dahlman. So a guy that's got experience on the O-line, somebody that's played with Arthur Smith's scheme. He's not a slouch himself. Matt Hennessy, when healthy, is a starter in the NFL. I'll stand behind that because I've seen him grow since we've picked Matt Hennessy up. As far as Bergeron, he was that second-round pick that we traded up to get. So he does come to the A as a starting rookie to start for the offense. So like you said, until Bergeron proves Hennessy otherwise, or if an unlikely injury happens, Bergeron is there to step in those shoes. So a lot to think about with Matt Bergeron and Hennessy. Definitely a position battle to watch. Philip, real quick before we jump into more position battles, we're going to hit the chat because it's popping off tonight. We appreciate everybody that's here. Appreciate y'all showing us love. Hit that subscribe, like, share. If you haven't already, we greatly appreciate it if you have.
Tell your friends, family.
DB Hall in the chat. Rise up, fam. Rise up, cuz. Ernest, are you going to be at training camp, man? Let us know. We got to meet up with you, get some pictures, interviews. A lot to do at training camp. Facebook user said, rise up. If you're on Facebook tuning in, you got to leave a comment with your name because, like I said, Facebook's bugging, so it won't show me your username. Just make sure you leave your name beside the comment. Appreciate it. Sorry for the inconvenience. Superstar in the chat. Eric Parker says, see y'all tomorrow. Rise up. Eric, we won't make it Thursday, brother. We'll be there Saturday. Hate that we can't make it Thursday, but One Time for the Fan will be there. I believe Jack, Bodie, and I think Kiki's on her way in this weekend to see some football. So shout out to Eric. He is a special guest tomorrow on One Time for the Fan. So y'all be sure to tune in for that.
Super fan.
Yeah, no doubt. E keeps it real. He keeps it 100. Shout out to Lyric's mom in the chat. She said, "What's up, Chase? Hey, E and Ern. What's up, Philip? That's Kiki. Lyric's mom. You know that, Kiki.
Yeah.
She said, "Hey, everybody." Everybody just chatting it up in the chat, man. Caleb Maxwell here is the Facebook users. Caleb, appreciate the view, bro. There he is right there on YouTube. So everybody's tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Philip, just back on what we were speaking of, position battles. Something that's really caught my attention as far as through the media, and something that I've been just watching generally is that nickel position.
All right.
I've been hearing a lot of Flowers, a Mike Hughes, a D. Alford, rumors of a Clark Phillips there. Phillip, your thoughts on that? And at that position at nickel, who gets it, or is that just a floating position? You pick.
It depends on if it's okay. I'm gonna just put it this way. It depends on what formation we running on defense. Whether you could say it's a floating position, which person can get that spot. But if we're just sticking to say just one person in general, I still think it's gonna be D. I think he'll get it. But if just like we say, we run another formation or so, it could be somebody else. Just certain things like that. But I'm excited to see the battle this weekend. Just to see what's going to go down. Who looks healthier or just more fit. Just certain things like that.
Facts, because in the NFL, bro, you got to have depth. And as Ryan Nielsen likes to do, Ryan Nielsen likes to have an extra stack positions, bro. He likes to have a spot where he can have a defense that can rotate and just float all throughout the backfield. He runs multiple schemes. He's a defensive guru. And not, as Anamata said today in an interview with Dave Archer, he's the reason why Anamata is an A, because of Ryan Nielsen. That there alone speaks a lot, just because what Ryan Nielsen brings to a defense and just to a team in general. With all the talent that we had this year, there's going to be a lot of competition. Arthur Smith said it himself. It's going to be hard to make this roster.
It's going to be exciting.
Speaking of Arthur Smith, coming with a new look this season. Philip, what you think about the stash, bro?
Huh? I think we ready to ball, baby. I think we fit to run this thing, boy. I just feel I don't know. It's
just speaking of it gets me hyped. So, man, screw it. We're gonna roll the damn thing.
The state of the NFC South is the division itself is wide open.
This is going to be a very, very competitive camp. It's going to be a hard roster to make.
Accept mediocrity. We can't accept almost.
Let's fucking go, man. Football is right back around the corner, man. I can't wait, Philip. Man, that video alone gets me excited, and it's freaking day one of training camp, bro. I think it's gonna be a lit season, bro. It's gonna be a lot that we haven't seen in the past 5-6 years, bro. This is the most talented team. This is the most talented team on paper. Of course, they still got to go play, but this is the most talented team on paper that we've seen in
years,
in the last 5-6 years, bro. I mean, agree, disagree?
I agree.
One more position battle before we move on, bro. Hawkins and Grant.
That's a good one.
Grant, man.
That's a good one.
Hawkins showing out on day one with INTs, bro.
I've seen
Your
that.
thoughts?
If he could continue to make them plays, say in game or like in preseason, come to preseason and do some of that same thing, or just say regular season, I'm all for it. No hate to Richie Grant either, because he could do his own thing too. That's a little tough thing right there between them two. To
Right.
say, it's just because they both.
We've talked about it a lot here, Philip,
Yeah.
and we've both sort of agreed, lean towards Richie Grant.
Yeah.
Richie Grant was kind of the guy that we both said that we wanted to see at that position, and if Hawkins could do it, he had to step up and fill the shoes. So I would love to see a Hawkins battle and step in front of a Richie Grant. Anything that's going to improve this roster and improve this team, I'm for it. I don't care who it is, where it's at, what position. If they're going to better the team, I'm for it. So definitely a lot to watch there on position battles. It just makes the training camp even more better, bro, because that's the specific spots that you're watching, and you know how to, you know what I'm saying? You kind of know the direction your team's moving in after pads come on, and you're watching reporters there every day, and then it gets to a point where you can't even record because the legit deal stuff's going down. So a lot of stuff's fixing to happen. A lot of cuts are fixing to be made. A lot of tough decisions to be made. So I'm definitely glad that I don't have Arthur Smith's job. Lyric's mom in the chat, she said, a hard roster to make. It's a battle time. Facts. She also says, my money is on Grant. I can agree with you.
But hey, man, if my man Hawkins wants to show out, brother. Show out. Hey, it don't matter. Don't matter who it is.
Philip, moving on to the next topic here. Arthur Smith addresses the media. It's been a minute since we heard from Arthur. Another thing Arthur said, he did not watch quarterbacks on Netflix. I wonder why that is. One thing that I gained from Arthur Smith's interview was he said we need to be more physical. We got to play smart on the line of scrimmage. We've got to be red zone efficient, and it must start up front. That there alone tells me that this D-line and O-line is fixing to work, bro. This Eddie Goldman news broke today that Eddie Goldman did not – he made it to training camp. He showed up to training camp, but he did not practice today. Something about he's got some personal things. It says Eddie Goldman checked into Atlanta on Tuesday but did not practice Wednesday. He's got some personal things he's dealing with, so we will just have to take it day by day with Eddie, Arthur Smith said. Philip, just real quick, and we'll jump back on what I was speaking about, Arthur, but your thoughts about Eddie missing practice today. Is this something we should worry about, being a guy that retired last season and just unretired this season?
Personally, I really don't. Because he actually checked in this year, so that's a good sign. Whether we don't know whether it's something personal like with family, sickness, certain things,
right?
Just certain things like that. So I mean, he could still come back. I mean, at least he was there at practice, but didn't practice. So that's still showing support to your team and your guys that hey, we could
right. In a position that Eddie plays, there's so much. There's so many people there. Philip, just to run through it, man, you got Anamata, you got Calais Campbell that's going to rotate. I don't know. Calais said he's strictly edge this year. So another player that you cannot forget about is Taquan Graham.
Yeah.
Taquan Graham will be back, and he will be back to take the double team to clear up rushing lanes for Grady Jarrett that he did so well last year. A lot of people slept on Taquan. Taquan was the reason for a lot of Grady's havoc last year because he took on the double team. And we know if you noticed after the Chargers game, that I believe it was the Chargers game. One of those games that Taquan went down. After that, man, it started dwindling. We started dwindling and it got rough. So, Philip, your thoughts, just backtracking real quick on Arthur Smith's comments about the O-line and D-line, your thoughts on that, and is that what makes this team the next step, or is it the QB play?
Absolutely. I think it's the O-line and D-line mainly, because we got to get back there. We got to make some huge stops on D-line, and same things for O-line because we have a lot of penalties on the O-line, offsides, or false start, or like just certain things like that, or just little. Well, I think mainly it was just Mariota fumbling the ball, but grabbing the ball, but just certain things like that you still probably have to work on, and just certain things like that. I don't feel like it's
Go ahead, Philip. Go ahead.
I'm not really too worried about the quarterback position. I'm hyped to see him. And if you haven't seen the interview, he had an interview not too long ago. Just
Yeah, I just watched it. Yeah.
So yeah.
Shout out Ritter, man. He's working. That kid's came to work, and even with only 4 games, I believe I saw a stat today that he's the only quarterback. It was either last season or it was
0 interceptions.
With 100 passes and 0 interceptions in the NFL. I don't think that's been done other than by Ritter. I read a stat. Somebody fact check me.
I think that's right. I think I seen it on Twitter.
Like that. But shout out to Caleb Maxwell. He says, I'm excited to see my ex-classmate Jesse Bates III do for us. That's huge, Caleb.
That's
why don't you send Mr. Jesse a message and tell him come view Dirty Fanatics United. We'd love to have Jesse on the podcast. Facebook user here said he didn't. He fumbled in that Chargers game. Taquan did fumble in that Chargers game, and it was right in front of mine and Philip's face. Very disappointed that game. But as other than the fumble, Taquan Graham balled out last season. That's something we can't deny. And I'm very satisfied with what Taquan done in year 2 and can't wait to see what he brings with a Ryan Nielsen. Facebook user also, please leave your name to the side so I can see who's commenting. Facebook's tweaking. I'm not sure what's going on. Another Facebook user here says, Chase, what's up, bro? What's good, brother, sister, whoever it is? Shout out to y'all for viewing. If you haven't hit that sub on YouTube, please do so. We greatly appreciate it. Philip, on to the next news, man. Falcon news. We got some stuff that's been happening in NFL and some good news, some bad news, and some decent news. Falcons cut or waive Caleb Huntley due to a failed physical. Something we've seen coming here on the channel. We've talked about it a couple times, and it's tough to see with Caleb Huntley done so much for the franchise when Algier was the only one running because Cordell went out, and then we lost the other guy that went down in week 1, I believe it was.
Damian.
Yeah, Damian Williams. So for Caleb Huntley to be waived, man, best of luck to you, Caleb. Always love here from me. Met you a couple of times behind the scenes, and definitely a cool guy. Somebody that I got major respect for, and I hope he bounces back, man. It's a tough injury to bounce back from. So
yeah,
shout out to Caleb. Michael Pruitt was re-signed, a guy that came in last year, 4 touchdowns with the Arthur Smith first season with the Falcons. So I can't wait to see what they do in year 2. Possible receiver 2, Kyle Pitts. Maybe.
I'm all for it, baby.
Maybe.
I'm all for it.
And then Calais Campbell was listed on the non-football related injury list. We all know that's because, as my girl Kiki says, it's because he's a grandpa. He's just taking some time off and getting right to heal. So kind of like that Julio Jones treatment, man. He's just chill.
He's just mentoring, from what I've seen.
Carlo, what's good, Carlo? Appreciate you checking us out, brother. Alexander Senior, bro, what's up? Just saying what's up. Appreciate the view, bro. Appreciate you checking us out. Kiki said that's why that John pick was elite. Facts.
All right, man. I was all for that pick.
Facebook user said, yo. Leave your name, Facebook users. Leave your name. Appreciate your view, though. Philip, moving on real quick. I'm going to throw a quick ad up for Dubby. Shout out to Dubby doing big things. New tumblers on the way from Dubby. So if you haven't checked out Dubby, be sure to order your canister with our Dirty Birds code, all caps with an S. It helps the channel out. It helps us grow, and it helps Dubby out. They're doing big things over there. Shout out, Dubby.
Yes, sir. Shout
out, Dubby, man. I can't express how dope it was to get my first sponsor through Dubby. I mean, they're not a very big company, but they're a company that took the chance on us. So we're going to take the chance with them. So shout out, Dubby. Philip, moving on real quick to our next subject, recipe for success for Ritter. Give me your stats, give me your facts, and just tell me what is that recipe for success.
First, we need some well-drawn plays, honestly. We need to continue to protect the quarterback. Offensive line has been doing great last year, so we need to continue to do that.
Not trying to cut you short, but something I read on Twitter today, it said the offensive line has seemed to just pick up right where they left off last year. So
that's beautiful.
A great read that I read. So continue, Philip.
But we just need to, continue to protect the quarterback, because protecting the quarterback, whether you're running or passing, that's really, really helpful. So you keep him out of the backfield. To give time to pass the ball, just read routes, read the field, certain things like that. Yeah, just certain things like we need to see. Just my main thing is just protection of the quarterback. Really, just for him to have success. That's my main.
I'll throw in just 3 more things that I believe, and what you said was exactly right. We got to have good play calling. We got to have Ritter enough time in the pocket. We got to have people that can get open. We got to have his targets. Bijan, like Kiki said, was an elite pick for that simple reason, to make Desmond
and manage the game.
And manage the game. Something that I'll add to it is get the ball to his targets. Desmond cannot overthink this. Desmond has to get the ball out, know who he's going to, and I don't mean stare your receiver down and watch one receiver, but know what your check downs are, know where the ball is going to come out at. And something I think he did very well as a rookie. So I see him progressing in year 2 to step up to that next level. Also, Bijan and Tyler Algier, lean on your running backs. Yeah. You don't have to do it by yourself. You have easily 2 1,000-yard runners in the backfield with you. Can you imagine a lineup with 3 tight ends and 2 running backs?
That's scary.
Bro, Kyle Pitts, a Jonnu Smith, hell, a John Fitzpatrick, a Bijan Robinson, and a Tyler Algier in the backfield, bro, we can run the damn ball the whole game.
It don't matter.
Yeah, so I mean, Bijan and Tyler Algier, and also use your legs.
Right.
Learn how to get out the pocket. If it's closed down, take off. Something I think he also did very well in preseason. We've seen it against the Lions. There was one more game he did.
Arizona.
The Jaguars, Arizona. So,
or was it? Yeah.
Stuff like that. Stuff like that is why I'm so excited to see Ritter in year 2, and I'm glad the media's stunting on what the Falcons are going to do this year, because I believe Ritter's going to come out and he's going to be a gunslinger. He was never known for the deep ball in college, but he was always known to be a passing quarterback. Desmond Ritter passed the ball in college. He passed the ball in college. So something to watch there. Moving on to the next subject here. Philip, just real quick before we get to the trivia questions, who's your favorite player that you're keying on for training camp that you're excited to see? We already talked about some position battles, but other than that, who are you ready to see in that Falcon uniform and watch play some football?
I know many people, they're looking out for Bijan, certain players like Kyle Pitts to be back, certain things like that. I'm most excited to see Ritter. I'm ready to see how, like we talked about, see how confident he is. Look how
leadership,
how settled he is now. Because last season he said it was just like everything was just spinning. So I just want to see how comfortable he looks and how just ready and determined he's ready to go out there and just do this thing as our new leader. Just ready to.
Facts. I'll throw some players out there for you. Ritter's definitely on my list. Definitely ready to see the leadership from Ritter. And like I said, just year 2 with full possession at the helm at QB1 for Desmond Ritter is huge. And I know it gives that kid confidence. Desmond Ritter's a young guy, dude. Desmond's not very old. So I know it gives him confidence, and he's very mature for his age. So I know he can handle the pressure.
We're the same age.
Taquan Graham, bro. Taquan Graham's the guy that
That's a good one.
I'm freaking excited to see in year 3. I believe it's year 3 for Taquan Graham. So another one, Matt Bergeron. I'm ready to see some one-on-ones with Matt Bergeron going head up, especially when the pads hit. When the pads are on, I'm ready to see that. For sure, Bijan. But the one that I really, really want to meet and get an interview with is Clark Phillips III.
I was thinking of him too.
That's the guy that I really want to meet. And I want to get some info on Clark Phillips because, bro, I don't know if you knew this or not, but what school did he go to? I think it was – what school was it, Philip?
I can't think at the moment.
Utah.
Yeah.
Utah was a school that he went to, and he was the highest graded prospect that Utah has ever recruited, ever. So, he was with, I believe, he was with a Pac-10 or Pac-12 team at one time, but he transferred down to Utah, and that's right there alone to be the top rated prospect that college has ever projected is huge, and he's coming into the NFL as a sleeper. He was already a interception magnet in college. He led the Pac-12 in interceptions. He was also the Pac-12 Defense Player of the Year. So the guy's a baller, and he's definitely going to be a sleeper for that nickel spot that we talked about. And we was real quick back on the nickel spot with a Trey Flowers, Mike Hughes, and a D. Alford and a Clark Phillips. You could play all four in a game, bro. It's not. That's what I was saying with a floating position, because you may have a matchup where you got a Trey Flowers. He's 6'3". You got a receiver on another team 6'4". You put Trey Flowers in. You got a guy that's 6 foot. You got a D. Alford or Mike Hughes. 5'8". You got somebody that's a speedster. You put Clark Phillips on him. This position can float so many ways, and Ryan Nelson's the guru to do it. So definitely a lot to watch. Let's see. Kayla said a healthy Kyle Pitts. Facts. A healthy Kyle Pitts will definitely help Ritter out in the long run and really get this team. Kyle Pitts is going to be that guy that's Drake London's your receiver one, but Kyle Pitts to me is the face of that offense. Kyle Pitts is the guy that's going to have the most targets. Miss Carey said, "What's up, Chase and Philip, Falcon fam in the chat? I'm late, but glad I could catch the show. Hope everyone is having a good week. Training camp is here. Training camp is here. Day one is in the books. I can't wait to see what the media releases tomorrow for training camp, because you know how it goes, Philip. They slowly release it a little bit as it comes, and by the time you know it, it's football season. So
I'm loving the press conferences they have, and I just find it interesting.
Yeah,
just to listen.
It's dope to watch, and it not only that but it also helps us, kind of figure out questions to ask and stuff to know, stuff that we need to know. Also, real quick before we get to trivia night, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment with your name.
Tell your friends.
Some giveaway details real quick, Philip. We will have the bucket hat at training camp, getting the signatures on it. I already have everybody's name that was on the list. So what is happening right now? Am I froze, Philip?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know why I'm froze, but let's see. See if that helped out anything.
Now it's like.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you.
Okay, well, we're gonna keep running this thing. But anyway, I got the sheet of everybody that is in the building for the raffle. We will have that giveaway. So, man, this thing is tweaking, bro. What is happening right now?
A little technical difficulties.
Yeah, we a live podcast, man. So good thing we're not ESPN, because people be dogging us right now. But anyway, man, we're gonna run trivia night, even with my cam messing up. I don't know what's going on with the cam, but yeah. So let's hit it. Falcon fans, it is trivia night, and me and Philip, man, my boy Philip went 3-0 last week, I believe it was. Shout out to Philip holding it down. And chat, this is a way for you to interact with what we have going on here at Dirty Fanatics United, and just a fun game that we just decided to do since there's not much going on through the offseason. Being that we will not have a show Friday night, we are bringing trivia over to Wednesday night. So trivia night here on Dirty Fanatics United. Philip, you ready?
Let's get it.
All right, man. Chat, y'all ready? All right.
Get it roll.
Here we go. In 1977, the Falcons defense set an NFL record for the fewest points allowed in a 14-game season. How many points did they allow that year? Here's your answers, Philip. Don't blurt it out. I'm going to see what the chat says first, and then I'll come to you, okay? Okay, so real quick, just to run down. How many points did they allow that year? 86, 173, 129, or 204? Chat, let me know.
Wait, say them again.
In 1977, the Falcons defense set an NFL record for fewest points allowed in a 14-game season. How many points did they allow that year? 86, 173, 129, or 204?
Okay, I got you.
I got some people in the chat. I got some people in the chat with some numbers. Philip, whenever you're ready, dog.
I seen this literally the other day. Come
on. About to put a timer on your ass.
129. I'm going with 129.
Philip with a 129.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
We're going
Correct.
Seen that the other day.
We are 4-0 right now. We are 4-0 for Philip. Going on to the next one, Philip. What running back rushed for a team record? And that record was 1,846 yards in 1998. He led the Falcons to a Super Bowl only to suffer a season-ending injury in the second game of 1999. Chris Hayward, Warwick Dunn, Eric Pegram, or Jamal Anderson? Don't answer. Go into the chat real quick. Think about that. Go into the chat real quick. Let's see what we got here. Marcus Boyd with the 129. The wife with the 129. Facebook user with the 86. Stormy Sapp with the 129. Lyric's mom with the 129. Carrie said, I'm not sure, but I'm going to go with my Falcons fans, and they say 129. Philip, on to the next one. Give me an answer. You want me to read the question again?
I was just waiting for you.
What you
I'm going to go with D, Jamal Anderson.
Jamal Anderson, the man says.
Correct.
30 bird.
Yes, sir. Jamal Anderson is the correct answer. What a beast. 1,846 yards in a season. Nasty.
Double.
Which veteran receiver did the Falcons get in the 2014 offseason? Harry Douglas, Levine Toilolo, Devin Hesters, or Roddy White? Don't answer.
Wait.
Chat, let me see what you got.
Say the question again.
Which veteran receiver did the Falcons get in the 2014 offseason? Harry Douglas, Levine Toilolo, Devin Hester, or Roddy White?
That's easy. That's easy.
Give me an answer. Give me an answer.
Devin Hester.
Devin Hester, he says.
Correct.
Devin Hester's it is. Devin Hester it is.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
In the 2014 offseason. Took back plenty of kickoff returns for us. Devin Hesters was a stud in the Falcons.
Broke the record, I'm pretty sure.
Shout out Devin Hesters.
That same season.
The first Falcons tight end ever to be named starter in the Pro Bowl? Algier Crumpler, Julius Peppers, you know it's not him, Javon Walker, or Tony Gonzalez? You wanted to say it. I just heard you. Chat, what you got? Chat, what you got? Real quick on the last one. Let's see y'all got it right. Devin Hesters, Facebook user Hesters, Stormy Devin Hesters, Marcus Boyd Hesters. Marcus Boyd, he actually performed as a kick returner. Yep, showed out. Set his record for sure with us. Definitely did. Philip, give me an answer, man.
I'm having to think about it, bro.
What you got? What you got? Who was the first Falcon tight end ever to be named starter in the Pro Bowl? Algie Crumpler, Javon Walker, or Tony Gonzalez? Got some answers in the chat. Philip, what you got? 10.
I'm going to go with Tony G, baby. I'm going with Tony G.
Tony G, the man says. In the chat would have to agree with you, but I'm going to have to say
no.
Incorrect.
It was Crumpler, wasn't it?
Algie Crumpler, man.
I knew it.
The myth, the legend himself, Algie Crumpler.
I knew it. I wanted to say it too.
Let's see. Carrie said Gonzalez. Kiki said Gonzalez. Facebook user said Crump. Stormy Sapp said Crumpler. Shout out to the ones that got right. Shout out everybody that's participating.
I do it.
Philip, 2 more questions left. Right now you are 1, 2, 3. What's your 6 and 1? 6 and 1? Not too bad. Who was the first? Okay, hold up. Who coached the Falcons during their first winning season in 1971? Norb Hecker, Marion Campbell, Pat Pepper, or Norm Van Brocklin? Think about it. I'll read it to you again. Who coached the Falcons during their first winning season in 1971? Norb Hecker, Marion Campbell, Norm Van Brocklin, or Pat Pepper? Chat, let me hear you. I think I got everybody stuck on this one. Chat with some answers. Philip, what you got? 10, 9.
I'm gonna say Norm. That sounds
Norm Van Brockler, you said?
Yeah, that sounds kind of.
Are you sure?
Don't do me like that, bro.
Sure?
Don't do me like that.
Correct.
Don't do me like that, bro.
Let's check.
Correct.
Carrie with the
I
Norm.
thought so.
Oh, I gotta
I thought
stop
so.
that. It'll continue saying correct.
Correct.
I thought it was good. Don't do me like that.
Checking the chat out. Carrie said Norm. Marcus Boyd said Norm Van Brocklin. Norm
I
Van
thought so.
Brock.
I
Norm.
thought so.
Norm. Stormy
It
said
just sounds.
Norm.
It just fits it, bro. You know what I mean?
Final and last question for this trivia night. Philip, you ready? Chat, you ready? Here we go. Which player was known by the nickname Mr. Falcon? Tommy Nobis, Vic, Bobby Butler, or Steve Barkowski? Chat, let me hear you. As soon as chat answers, Philip, you got to have an answer. Coming at you. Coming at you. Which player was known by the nickname Mr. Falcon? Tommy Nobis, Michael Vick, Bobby Butler, or Steve Barkowski?
All right, I got my
Answer in the
answer.
chat. Got an answer in the chat. Philip, what you got? Give it to me.
We'll go with Novus.
You said Nobis?
Mm-hmm.
You said Nobis?
Yeah. Yes. I thought so. I thought so.
Let's check the chat real quick.
We'll see what y'all got.
Bart.
Hey,
Whoa.
I'm about Sam Bart. About this.
Tommy Nobis. Tommy Nobis. Tommy Nobis. Philip, man, that wraps up trivia night. I want to give a shout out to everybody that tuned in and participated in what we just did. It's just a new channel, new something we brought. Shout out to everybody that has subscribed. If you haven't already, please drop a like, a comment, a subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And it's free. So hit that subscribe button. It's not costing you anything, and it supports us and helps us grow tremendously. Philip, any shout outs real quick before we get ready to close this thing out?
Shout out to the chat and to anybody that we see out there Saturday. You know, if you find us, hey man, come holler at us. You know what I mean?
Facts.
We can get you in for a little interview, or not just chat it up with you.
Definitely trying to get the interviews in. If you want to do an interview, stay tuned. A lot to come to this channel. We'll be announcing a giveaway winner next week. So right after training camp, we will have our raffle here live on the show. Everybody will watch. We'll do a little screen share, and the name will pop up here on the live, and we'll get with you on how to get it to you. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe, because there will be future giveaways. So bigger gifts next time, and I think a signed bucket hat's pretty damn nice though. So shout out to us for giving somebody a free bucket hat. Shout out to everybody that is in the chat tonight. Real quick before we head out, we'll make sure we get these comments in. Facebook user said I was wrong. LOL. We all wrong. Sometimes we all wrong. Don't even matter. Carrie said, I love trivia night. First channel I've seen do that. That's a fun way to learn new facts about our Falcons. That's exactly why we started it, just to give facts about the Falcons. And I haven't seen it on anybody else's podcast. So appreciate you for noticing that, and appreciate everybody that has showed us love. We're at 174 subscribers, Philip. We're
getting up there, baby.
Close, man, to being at 200. So if we can get to 200, man, before the season, we're happy over here. We're happy with 180 before preseason or before season. Just shout out everybody that's giving us love. And Philip, any last words?
Rise up, baby.
You heard the man. And with that, man, this is your boy Chase from Dirty Fanatics United. What we say, Philip? What we say there? A-Town down.